We are going to kick off 420 with poetry and yapping. I'm going to read poems from 2022 and fast forward to 2025. This should be very interesting. Okay. City. I was born in the city, but sometimes feel like I'm made for the country because sunshine and nature heals me, because the calmness and tranquility of the country brings me inner peace, and the city has almost always brought me chaos and destruction and trouble. So maybe I was born in the wrong place. This one is called Lies. These were the many lies I told myself and others. This is the last time I'll see him. Maybe one day he'll change. Maybe one day I'll change. He loves me. I don't love him. I can stop seeing him when I want to, but he gets me in a way no one else can. No one else is going to love me like he did, and I fucked it up. I'm not worthy of love. I'll always be there for you. I love you. And this one is called Journal. My journal keeps my most intimate thoughts. My journal keeps my sadness. My journal keeps my happiness. My journal keeps everything I hold back from telling others. My journal is my ultimate confidant. And this one is called Night. It's always the late nights that bring him to me. It's like he doesn't know how to love me in the daytime. It's like the magic of us can only exist in the night. And maybe this is the best he can do. And this is what I need to accept from him in order to keep him with me. Whoa. Future. I don't see him in my future, and that's a hard pill to swallow, because I care about him, because I love him, because I want him. But in order to build the future I deserve, I need to leave him alone. I need to ignore him. I need to really let him go, because he doesn't fit in my dreams and goals, because this time I need to choose myself. Well, that's telling on myself. This one is called Candle. I light a candle in memory of who I used to be, in memory of friends lost, in memory of lovers lost. I light a candle in memory of the life I wanted, in memory of dead dreams, in memory of dead goals. I light a candle in memory of everything I've let go of in order to make space for the woman I am now, in order to make space for the life I'm building. I like that one. Obscene. It is almost obscene that you and I are here, and whatever this is. Sometimes love, sometimes lust, sometimes friendship, and sometimes nothing. It never made sense to you or me or anybody why we can't leave each other alone. And people still tell me to enjoy it for what it is. But I don't know how much longer I can enjoy our limbo. That's cringe. Whatever. Alright, now we'll move on to poems from 2024. In Between. Interesting. I just wrote another poem called In Between today. In between. I'm the saddest and happiest woman you'll meet. I'm still coming to terms with this epiphany. Still trying to accept that I'm like this. For years I've tried to be normal, because become a child of moderation. Follow the so-called script prescripted to me. But it never worked out for me. When I tried to be like everyone else, all it did was saddle me with severe mental illness. And it took me a while to understand. I'm a child of extremes, a storm cloud or a ray of sunshine. The baddest, the happiest. I don't know how to be and live in between. It's not bad. And then this one is untitled, but I call it 6 days or something. Untitled. 6 days of violence and chaos, a stone throws away from us. Mommy still sends us to school, even as protests turn into riots. Businesses are looted and burned. Gunshots are fired. Mommy acts like nothing is happening, even when my friend shows up smiling with a stolen videotape. Mommy shakes her head and continues cooking lomo saltado for dinner. 6 days of violence and chaos that stones throw away from us, and we are hushed when we start asking questions. I only know that it has to do with a man named Rodney King, and I tremble with fear with even the slightest loud noise. My sister puts on her headphones and blasts Kiss FM in her ears to disappear. My brother tries his best to keep me entertained with whatever sitcom is playing on ABC or NBC. 6 days of violence and chaos a stone throws away from us. And at 11, I lose my innocence and the realization that the world is an unsafe place to live in. That one makes me sad, but whatever. Guess I got a poem out of it. Oh god, these ones are from 2025, are cringe. We'll start with the cringiest one. Resurrection Boulevard. The lover in me resurrected the minute he touched my back, felt goosebumps all over me, felt a searing of hope within me. So we exchanged war stories, and before I knew what was happening, I held his hand. My imagination went wild as I fantasized about our first kiss and other things, and while it's too soon to tell how this one will end, whether it will be another Google Doc full of poetry, or perhaps my last chapter, the one I call Forever, it makes me feel like someone important treats me like the diamond I know I'm worthy and deserving of love. It ended up as another Google Doc. Whatever. Red Rage. Red Rage resurrected in me on Easter Sunday. It's been a while since I've been here. My heart in shards scattered within the pages of my journal as grief and frustration threatens to bury me alive, and I want to publicly crash out. Instead, I write this poem on the verge of another emotional relapse, on the verge of burning down and deleting everything I've ever written, wondering what must I do for me to be appreciated and not seen as just another token of diversity in a space that makes me feel welcome on the surface, but will never view me as an equal. Wow. I had some strong feelings, I guess, on the 20th. Ego. I allow my ego and vanity to speak for me today and take over my poetry. Maybe I'm wrong for it, but today I wasn't given much of a choice. It needed to speak, to be seen, or I was going to die from all the thoughts of defeat it was inducing. And that makes me want to give up an important part of who I am that has been a part of me since I was 15. But I have to remember this feeling of worthlessness is temporary, and every feeling of not being good is my mind playing tricks on me and making a mess out of me. That could be a better poem. Ha ha ha. Okay. This is the last one. Untitled. This morning I wanted to give up on writing and almost deleted and burned down every word I've written because I'm tired of all the rejection emails, because I'm tired of waiting for the mentor that never materializes, because I'm tired of fighting an uphill battle with my inner critic who tells me I'm not enough, because I'm tired of doing everything to improve and get better at my craft, only to be shown I will never be taken seriously. And as all of these thoughts come up to the surface, and I was on the precipice of giving up, and I gathered up my notebooks, I realized I remember why I started writing. It wasn't for the accolades or to be validated by anyone. I started writing because I have been in love with the written word since I can remember. I started writing out of a need to express parts of myself I kept hidden from friends and family. I started writing and will continue to do so because it has saved and healed me every time I've had an unexpected plot twist or tragedy. And once I remembered these important things, every insecurity and thoughts of imposter syndrome fell away from me. Because, like a wise poet once told me, you don't do this for anyone but yourself. And while at the time I didn't think much of his words, today those words got me back to the core of who I am as a writer and saved me from giving up on something that's been instrumental and important in my heroine's journey. I really like that poem. I need to read it sometime at an open mic somewhere. All right, well, that's it. It was a bit low-key, but I wanted to do this before for the end of the day. Oh my god, I can't even talk today. Bye.